Have to produce.
Nice! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Unsportsmanlike Conduct. And if you're wondering, the lineup's a little different this week. That is right. We have a new participant. We have me as usual because I don't go anywhere. My streak came to an end last week. We'll just start a new one this week. It's all good in the hood. I am Mr. Tim Tabala. With me, you know him from Granny's PC. You know him from Empire 161, Mr. Ed Camus. Ed, welcome to Unsportsmanlike Conduct.
Thanks for having me, Tim. Glad to toe the line.
You got to get that. You got to get that Swiss Army title out there, like I got. So
I know. I'm kind of limited, so we'll see.
add another show to your repertoire. That's all.
Yeah.
Oh, repertoire. I almost said repertoire like Elmer Fudd.
That's what I thought you said.
All right, let's jump into this right away because we are running a tad bit behind, but that's because certain people say they're going to show and they don't show. But I won't mention those names. I won't mention those names at all. Jax was dying for that knife and we couldn't find one.
I found it at Spirit actually a week later when I went to go exchange the suit. It was the suit was like tight. So,
Chris, thank you for watching because you don't waste no goddamn time. The Patriots choice must miss around and win the AFCs. Hey, 2 weeks ago I would have told you you're nuts, but right now, I don't know what the hell's going on in the NFL right now. Especially last week. Last week was opposite day, which I was calling it. So a couple teams managed to come back and fix things, but others, wow, what a crazy ass week for football we had. Real first, let's start off with a little bit of news. First, I want to get Eddie. We'll talk about Aaron Rodgers real quick. It's a bit loopy, a bit off the deep end. This COVID thing is really making everybody crazy.
Yeah.
Boss, we got you back, boss. No problem whatsoever. We got it. Yeah. I mean, we're talking about lying about shots. We're talking about. Oh, look, he's showing. It's AM, PM.
Look who's
He's here. He's here. The mellow, the AM, the PM. What's up, Dave? Uh-oh. He's not here. It's a lie. It's an illusion.
He was here. All right.
It's an illusion. There he is. There he is.
What's up, fellas?
Are you there?
There he goes.
What's going on?
Nothing. I'm here. I'm not asleep.
You're here. We thought you AM PM'd us again.
No. I was waiting for the link, but I know you sent it through Facebook. I thought you were gonna send it through WhatsApp.
Okay. All right. So boss, I apologize. That's my bad. That I sent it through Messenger. My bad. All right. So like I was saying, real quick, what do you make of this Aaron Rodgers situation? Is the guy at the deep end? He's not going to get punished, probably because he's Aaron Rodgers. But what do you think of this whole situation?
He's out there, dude. I mean, the comments last week on the Pat McAfee show were just like obnoxious. It was very much like, "Oh, I'm Aaron Rodgers, so it doesn't really matter." It was kind of like that, and he was just saying some really off the wall shit. To be totally honest with you, but he was on there again today, and started sort of backtracking some of it, and was like fake apologizing for some of the comments he said. It was, I don't know if you had a chance to hear the one from earlier today, but I don't know. It was like a half-ass apology or whatever, because I think he realized, oh my God, everyone's coming down on me about this. So, and I think it's the thing he doesn't understand is that no one's upset that he didn't get vaccinated. It's because you obviously chose your words carefully and lied about it. That's what it is, and he just won't admit that he lied. Is the problem, and that's what's got him into some shit. If he would have been like, "Hey, listen, I'm not vaccinated. That's it. For whatever reasons it is, I'm not going to get into that whole part of it." But if he chose to not do it, that's fine. But be honest about it. But he tippy-toed around and chose his words carefully so he can mislead you to believe he was. But he obviously wasn't. He knew it. Everyone knew it, and that's it. He just did it probably. And then he's like, "Oh, I followed all the rules except one." No. The rules they're not there for you to choose which rules you like and which rules you don't. I don't go drive my car and be like, something, this red light sucks. I'm just going to burn through it. That stop sign, nah, not right now. I'm on my way somewhere, sorry. It doesn't work like that, so.
Dave, what about you? What do you think of this whole Aaron Rodgers thing? And do we give him enough props that he grew his hair just to play John Wick for Halloween? I give props to growing your hair for a Halloween costume. So
that's true. I actually give him that. I didn't think about that.
So Dave, what do you think of this Rodgers thing?
So can you guys let me know if I'm a little delayed, just in case, because then I might have to change this little router thing. But in regards to Aaron Rodgers, I feel like Ed nailed it on the head there. It's funny looking back at like when they asked him like, "Oh, are you vaccinated?" and he's just like they're like thinking about it and like, "Yeah, I received treatment," and it's like, okay, looking back on it now, you're like, "Oh, so you didn't lie, but you definitely didn't tell the truth or the whole truth." So of course he's gonna backtrack. He's seeing all the criticism he's getting. What I remember saying this in the chat, sort of like playing devil's advocate, that when he made the comment about the mask being pointless, I kind of understand what he's saying. Just because if he's with people that aren't wearing a mask and he's the only one wearing a mask, once he leaves and he's with those same people and he takes off the mask, he's still going to somehow get infected. So it all goes back to just him not doing what he had to do and getting vaccinated, even though now he said that he's allergic to something in the vaccine, correct?
He said something like that he was allergic to one of the ingredients in the Moderna or Pfizer, and then he was just like, well, I didn't really agree with getting the Johnson & Johnson one, so it's just like, oh god, just shut up, dude. Just stop talking. Stop talking. That's it. Just go discount double check something. That's it. Like, shut up.
Yeah, he's gonna discount double check. So yeah, it's an out there situation, but again, punishment? No, because he's Aaron Rodgers.
You don't cancel greatness. You can't punish greatness. Come on. We should already know this by now.
Well, speaking of punishment, a few days after Henry Ruggs decides to be an asshole and murder a woman and her dog, another Raider, I forgot his name already, I don't even have it in front of me, I apologize for that, decides to go make a video with guns. Lots of guns. Guns with attachments. Guns with 100-shot barrels on the side, with threatening to murder people. Now he's cut. So this makes the Raiders 2 first-round draft picks from last year are officially off the team. Not to mention, if you take a look at the rest of their draft class, garbage.
Well, I think they only have 2 guys left from that draft class.
And I don't think neither one of them are making that much of an impact.
No.
So as bad as we have it as Giants fans, let's thank you for not picking those guys, Dave Gettleman, because that's all we needed. Yeah, I mean, that's just an insane. I mean, does people not learn that these videos will go viral? Do you not learn that threatening to murder somebody, especially fans with guns, is not going to go over well in today's world, let alone the NFL?
I would say in any world, you shouldn't be threatening to kill your fans with anything. That's kind of like defeats the purpose of having fans.
No one learns from Aaron Hernandez, apparently.
I guess not.
No.
Imagine like Chris Pratt coming out like to Marvel, I'm going to kill all you. Guess what? You're not going to be Star-Lord no more, Chris Pratt, and you're going to go to jail.
Yes.
People don't learn. People do not learn. Moving on real quick, Nick Chubb as of today, and I know Greg Zerline also because he was kicker on one of my teams, COVID list. So adjust your fantasy teams, people. Adjust your teams, adjust what you got to do.
Get on that waiver wire.
That's a shot to the yeast for you, Mello. It's a shot to the yeast.
Hey, well, I don't know what you guys are talking about. The yeast is looking good. I called it last week. I said the yeast is fine.
We'll get there.
They're going to sweep that division. All right.
Make sure you got Dearness Johnson on your fantasy team like this guy does. He had him a couple weeks ago, and he comes in handy.
We're going to get to the yeast, trust me, because it was a bizarre week like we were talking about before. The last bit of news that just broke not too long ago, supposedly Odell Beckham Jr. is looking to sign with the Green Bay Packers. You guys, what do you guys both think of this decision? Will it happen? Do you think it's the best fit? And where would you think he'd be a better fit? Mello, we'll start with you.
So when this all broke that he was going to be released, and, it was a heartbreaking moment for me and the Yeast because, the Yeast is going to the bowl this year.
Toilet bowl.
Toilet bowl? Candy bowl on Halloween? Like, what bowl are we talking about?
I wanted Odell to come back home. Actually, have a number one receiver, not overpay for one that we think is the number one receiver. But I know that's not going to happen. So this is news to me of him going to Green Bay, and that's amazing. I think if Rodgers wants him there, it's going to be perfect because you know what? Maybe Aaron Rodgers needs someone to take the heat off of him right now. Who better than Odell Beckham?
Ed, what do you think? Oh, Mel, what do you think he'd be a better fit then if not Green Bay?
Oh.
You think Green Bay is the perfect fit for him, or you think another team would be?
I think if he wants to get straightened out and probably go on a good little tear right now, I think New England would be a good fit.
Straightened out with
'Cause
Belichick, you mean?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
that
they
would
don't
be-
really have a number one, so it's going to be him. And Mac Jones, I feel like, can get him the ball.
Definitely. Ed, what about you? What do you think?
We'll start with thank God he's not back with the Giants. There's no way in hell I would want him back with the Giants. You can talk a lot about Gettleman's moves over the past so many years. I personally think it's very hit or miss, but one of the best moves he's made was getting rid of Beckham. I mean, the guy has done absolutely jack since leaving the Giants. He's done nothing, and it's fine. Get him out of there. Headache. Definitely don't want him back. And if his performance on the field has been bad, I mean, I wouldn't put him if he let's say he did go to the Giants. I wouldn't consider him the number one option at all. Not even in the least. I'm sorry, like he's not that good anymore. He hasn't been in a while, and he's hurt all the time.
So is Kenny Galladay.
No, Kenny Galladay is, but Kenny Galladay hasn't blown up multiple locker rooms in his career. Like, he hasn't done that. We've been through it. We're all three of us are Giants fans. We've been through the OBJ show already. We've seen that. Thank God he's not. As far as him going to the Packers, I mean, for on-field purposes, for like a number 2 or 3 receiver, sure. I think that's a good thing. I mean, Rodgers hasn't had a lot of help throughout his career in Green Bay. I mean, Devontae Adams, obviously, is one of the best receivers in the league now. So that's great. But OBJ is going in there, if it does happen, providing it actually happens, as a 2 or 3 option. I think that could be good for on the field and in the locker room. I mean, now you got 2 douchebags in the same locker room together. So that they should have a camera on them. And if they can do it that in-season Hard Knocks, you should switch it over to Green Bay now and then watch those 2 interact each day. And as another fit, that's a pretty good call with the Pats. If he doesn't end up with the Packers, with the Pats, he would be a number 1 receiver there, because they don't really have one. So
I couldn't name one Patriots wide receiver. I have no idea.
I mean, Hunter Henry's the tight end, and I guess that's their top option.
Hunter
I just know.
Yes.
I know it's I think. Well, I don't know what number he is, but Nelson Aguilar. Because I remember when they overpaid for him, I was like, this guy didn't catch crap in Philadelphia. Why are they?
No, he sucked in Philly. He sucked in Philly.
Well, speaking of Patriots, let's catch up real quick. Chris is on a rampage over here. Chris, if you want to come on the show next week, I'm sure the boss will let you on. We'd gladly have you on as a guest. We will not allow your Tom Brady propaganda, though. You got to come on and be fair. That's all I'm going to say.
Tom Brady's the GOAT?
Because here we go. See, no, he's big on propaganda, Chris, as far as the Patriots and Tom Brady goes.
Well, Jacoby and Myers, I can see he's mentioning him. Yes, Jacoby and Myers is definitely one of their receivers. But I mean, are you really going to brag about him being like a number 1 option? No.
Hello to my arch nemesis, Frank Terzio. Thanks for always watching. We know you're a big supporter of us. See, he's talking about the double standard now. That Brady, if he was Aaron Rodgers, Brady would be fine, suspended 4 games, double standard. It's a little bit of a different thing, though.
Yeah, this is not deflating the footballs and all that
cheating doesn't go over as well as lying does. It's just,
Brady didn't get suspended for that, did he?
He did. He got suspended for 4 games, and then also miraculously broke his phone when they came to go investigate.
It was Spygate that he didn't miss any time for, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I know
Chris doesn't want OBJ. Chris doesn't want OBJ in the locker room. Me personally, if I had to pick a team, I thought it'd be the Ravens. I think the Ravens.
I can see that too.
Because the Ravens are that team. Lamar Jackson, I saw it today. 85% of their yardage is Lamar Jackson. 85%, which means if he goes down, you might just wash your hands, pack it up, pack it in, lights out, airplane 2 style. That's it. It's over. It's just done.
Get Flacco back.
Oh God, no, please. I personally thought the Ravens would be a perfect fit for him. I don't see him gelling with Aaron Rodgers at all. at all.
Who,
Then
Beckham?
again, yeah.
Rodgers might be the kind of guy though that warrants his respect because I mean,
Maybe.
Eli should have been, but we know Eli's not that kind of guy, an in-your-face guy and stuff like that. But I mean, a dude won 2 Super Bowls before you got there. You probably should have maybe listened to the guy. He's going to the Hall of Fame. But Rodgers is one of the greatest quarterbacks of his generation, so maybe it's strong enough.
This leads us to the next part of this conversation. OBJ said, although Beckham said, and this is his quote, if a team that is not a playoff contender takes him and the waiver wire, he's going to blow up the locker room. He's going to cause trouble. So now he's admitting that he's actually an asshole in the locker room. And if a non-playoff contender takes him, he's going to be a problem. That is a direct quote from him. Look it up. It's real. I'm not making that up. So just when you're starting to feel just a tiny bit sorry for the guy, because even I admit, they didn't look for him in Cleveland. They sidestepped him in Cleveland. Even I don't care about what his father says, but I mean the video proof is kind of like, wow, okay, maybe they were a little harsh on him in Cleveland. Maybe. I know how he is, especially we know how he is.
We know how he is. We've seen it already.
We've seen it already.
Yeah.
But just when you feel just a tiny bit sorry for him, he says something stupid like that. If a non-playoff person takes me, I am going to blow up the locker room.
Maybe he meant literally.
That would actually be. I think I'd have more respect for that. So I have no idea. Chris, who is Baltimore's backup quarterback? I have no idea either.
If Bear happens to be watching, I assume he would know.
It used to be RG3, and last year was RG3. I don't know who it is now.
I don't know.
He's still alive.
He's still going.
Yeah, remember, he played when Lamar Jackson got COVID.
Oh,
yeah, he did actually, and he got hurt in the one game he played.
Wow.
I feel bad laughing about it. I didn't mean to laugh about it. I hate it. I don't want to see any injuries, but that's ridiculous.
Yeah, so final prediction then, you guys think he's going to end up in the Packers, or final prediction you think he'll go somewhere else?
The Saints would have been a good destination for him if Jameis.
There's no quarterback.
That's what I was saying. Yeah. If Winston was healthy, I think the Saints would have been ideal for him, but not with the Simeon back there.
Trevor Simeon?
Simeon? That's what it is. Simeon?
Yeah. And the fact that team with Trevor Simeon beat the Bucs 2 weeks ago is astonishing.
But could it be the Falcons?
Wait, let me go back here now because I'm lost. I want to get the scores up here from last week. Talk amongst yourselves.
Well, it looks like right now, to tell the truth, it looks like me and Dave are probably cheering for the same team because we're wearing the same color shirts right now. Ironically, we did not plan this at all.
We did not.
No, I just came rushing back from seeing Eternals against.
Well, we're gonna jump through last week's scores real quick. We'll talk about the most important games, all the stuff that we enjoyed. But last week I said I'm driving home from upstate and I turned it on, and every single favorite to win was losing and losing bad. And some of them managed to come back and win and make things all right in the world. Some of them did not. We'll start real quick. Thursday night, the Jets got their asses whooped by the Colts, 45-30. No shock there. Our beloved Giants beat the Las Vegas Raiders 23-16. Once that cornerback went down, I picked the Giants to win. once they said that's it, they're done now. I knew there was no way they were gonna lose that game. But we'll talk about more when we stomped you out.
I mean, they almost did. They almost pulled the New York Giants.
Of course they did. But real quick, how do you have the first drive of the game where you throw everything at the Raiders defense with the kitchen sink, passing, running, great plays? You throw a nice touchdown. Oh, the touchdown was a little. That could have been corner. That could have been intercepted either way. Ingram makes a phenomenal catch for the touchdown, and then that's it. Yes, I know. I can't believe I just said that myself.
When he caught the touchdown against the Chiefs, when I was at the game, there was a Giants fan in front of me in Kansas City, and I was like, "Dude!" I started hitting him. I'm like, "Dude, Evan Ingram caught a fucking pass and let alone a touchdown. Can you believe this? I might just go home now."
You should just pack it up. Lights out.
That's it. That's it. Time to go home.
But yeah, then you fast forward to the fourth quarter. Daniel Jones is. I'm going to be wrong. He was 15-20, fantastic, but for 105 yards or whatever, 150, whatever that was. What the hell is going on there? What happens to this offense after that first drive?
It seems
They're
like they're
taking a
really good
playbook
when
from
they're
Alex
scripted.
Smith.
Yeah, right. No, they're really good when they script, apparently, because the first drive of the game is typically scripted. So maybe you should start scripting other drives and see how that goes. Obviously, you can't do that, but no, I mean, we've seen it all season, though. This has been the deal all season with them. The first drive of the game, they look like they're about to go blow somebody out, and then it regresses. And I think it's just in-game adjustments aren't great right there. You got to be able to adapt to what the defense is doing, and they don't adapt very well.
Oh, Dave,
And
what
I think
about you?
their 2 minute game plans are terrible.
Oh, the one in Kansas City before the half was horrendous. Even like the Chiefs fans are going, like, a couple of them I was with, they looked over and they're like, what is this? I'm like,
And then to end the game as well.
Yeah.
To end the game, they could have gone to tight end. Nope.
Yeah.
Well, Dave, last week you kind of threw up the flag. You that's it. You gave up on their quarterback. You gave up on Danny Dimes. You were calling them nickels or whatever the hell you were calling them, pennies.
Oh.
Pennies?
So
I was just defending that. Well, I didn't think. I don't know
shit
if
on
you
Kyle's
saw
list because Kyle's list.
Yeah, Kyle ranked him the 14th best quarterback in the league. I said that is blasphemous. As much as I'm a Giants fan, he's not the 14th best quarterback. That means that he's better than half of the quarterbacks, and I don't think he is. He hasn't proven to me yet that he can be that guy that's going to take it to the next level, like an Eli Manning. I don't need him to be Tom Brady. Just, be a good game manager. And I feel like he's still not there, where the previous week in Kansas City, he takes that sack at the end of in the fourth quarter on the final drive that is killer. That absolutely put us, like third and like 20 or 15, something like that, where it was impossible to come back from. Because he already doesn't get enough time to throw.
No, he doesn't have a lot of help. I mean, to begin with. So it's kind of hard. I mean, it's kind of hard to decide who he is because we don't really know because the guy never has any help. Everyone's always hurt around him. Gettleman's not doing him any favors with the offensive line either. So, I mean, how many quarterbacks are going to be successful in that situation?
And
it's
the
true.
line,
and
every
I
week
think
is
I
a
mentioned
makeshift
this.
line too.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think I mentioned this a few weeks when I was back on the show that my biggest fear for Daniel Jones is that he becomes Ryan Tannehill, that he gets shipped off somewhere else, and then he's just like blows up, and now he's like, oh, he's leading a team because he actually has an offensive line, he has a run game, he has weapons, and I'm like,
well, he has one of the highest completion percentages in the league, but unfortunately, like you said, it goes nowhere because he has no help. No one's catching touchdowns. No one, But I will say one thing for them last week: the running game was looking pretty solid, and Booker's been fantastic in Saquon's absence.
No, he has been.
So, but again, it's like 1 week the running's good, and the passing's bad. The next week the passing's good, and the running's bad. So maybe 1 week they'll actually put their shit together, and both will work at the same time. Who knows?
But that's usually the sign. That kind of inconsistency is usually the sign of a bad team, though.
Oh yeah,
when you're all over the place and you can't put it together, that's usually equals bad team.
Listen, that's their code word for their whole season: inconsistent.
Yeah,
they just have been. It's been ridiculous. Because like one play, you'll see the lineman make one of the greatest plays of all time. Next play, they can't block one single guy. I've seen Nate Solder. Like I don't know what he does. I don't know where he is. I don't know what he thinks on plays. I don't know where his mind. I'm telling you, Ed, you haven't been on the show. I told these guys I think Solder was sent here by Belichick to screw us up.
Belichick loves the Giants. He's always loved the Giants. Come on.
I think he's a spy. I think he's like, listen, screw those guys for beating us twice. Brady's gone. Go sign with the Giants and screw them up because he's just terrible.
He's too busy hating the Jets. He really hates the Jets.
All right.
Think about it though. Maybe Tim has a point here. He's like, screw him up so bad that the coach is gonna get fired and then the vacancy is open.
He's had that opportunity already. Not very fast.
Well, eventually they're going to kick him out for Josh McDaniels, so we'll see. But no, he ain't coming to the Giants. It's not going to, unless it's a front office job. Other than that, it ain't going to happen. Let's move on. The Falcons and the Saints put on one. The Falcons are blowing them out. They came back. They took the lead. Falcons end up winning 27-25. What the hell's going on? And who should be quarterbacking that team? I'm going to go with Notre Dame's Ian Book. Throw him in there, see what happens. It can't hurt at this point. It can't.
Put Kamara in there.
Put anyone in there.
Wow. Just run Wildcat the whole game.
Dude, Ian Book, Notre Dame.
You heard what he said, right? he said that Camaro. I guess they asked him about the quarterback situation. He's like, oh, I thought they were gonna call on my number, and then someone goes, oh, to run the Wildcat, and he's like, Wildcat, that's insulting. I would not run that.
I hate the Wildcat too, so I'm on the page with them. Probably the most shocking game of the week. Sorry, the Jaguars defense was an angry group of people.
Yes.
Angry from a day. I don't know what the Bills did. Did they insult their moms? Did they steal their lunch money? I don't know what they did, but the Jaguars defense came in and whooped up on that Bills offense. And if I have to hear one more Josh Allen beat Josh Allen line one more time, I'm going to kill myself.
Yeah, it was pretty much beat to death.
Every 5 seconds, Josh Allen beat Josh Allen. Josh Allen sacked Josh Allen. Josh Allen intercepted Josh Allen. Holy shit, shut up, because it's getting real annoying now. Real quick about this is an important game. 1, what's wrong with the Bills? 2, that's it. What's wrong with the Bills? My second question is going to be, can the Jaguars make a run? No, they can't. So
no.
Let's screw that question. But
2-0 against the AFC East.
Dave, stop it. No, they can't.
2-0 against the AFC East.
Don't even bother. That's crazy.
They still got to play the Jets and the Patriots. Hey, they can go 4-0.
Against the East, big deal. It's still not going to get them in the playoffs or anywhere near so. All right, so as far as the Bills go, what do you guys think? What the hell is wrong with? I mean, I personally picked them to go to the Super Bowl, like a lot of other people did. What's going on? Is it a mental thing? Is it a playing thing? Is it a play calling thing? What do you guys think? Ed, we'll start with you.
I've got nothing for you, honestly. I mean, the loss to Tennessee, though, I don't know. I didn't agree with that play call at the end where they go in and call for a keeper with Allen. I thought that was kind of goofy. Didn't quite get that at all. But I don't know. To lose to the Jaguars, I mean, I don't know what you do. What do you do to lose to the Jaguars? I mean, I got nothing. I saw, like, I was peeking in that game here and there, because I had some interest in the game. But I got nothing for you. I don't know. It's weird. I mean, can we say that we'd be totally shocked if they lost to the Jets this week?
Yes.
Would you, after losing to the Jaguars? I think everything is on the table now.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, think about it, Tim. Come on. I agree. They should beat the crap out of the Jets. But when you lose to the Jaguars, I mean, you could probably lose to, like, Ridgedale Pee Wee football over here at this point.
The reason I say no, I disagree with you, is I don't see them going back-to-back against those two. Because if they did, the entire Western New York would probably explode. It would explode.
What if they win ugly?
There'd be
Would you be shocked if they win ugly?
Buffalo wings and sauce and all kinds of stuff all over the place from the explosion.
Even it's not going to be fun, yeah.
Even Sam just said she's actually scared to go to the game on Sunday because she didn't want to lose to the Jets fans because they're already animals. So, yes, Terzio, they're animals. I said it. Now she's a little nervous about going to this game just in case. But, all right, Dave,
not about that.
Can they lose?
We'll talk about them losing.
Back-to-back games to the Jaguars and the Jets. Can it possibly happen?
I'm going to say no. I'm going to hope that they rebound, especially since, like Ed said, I have a lot of interest in the Buffalo Bills this season based on fantasy-wise. But I think their issue is that they're doing something that I remember certain teams doing. Like, I think the Bengals, when they had Palmer, did a lot of, and that's playing down to your opponents. And I feel like that's what they've been doing. They just play down to these guys and they're like, oh, we can catch up if we want to. And then it's just, they don't. They shit the bed.
So you think it's more of taking them for granted, in other words?
Yeah.
Looking ahead. Looking to next week.
Because when they play these big teams, they're showing up. But then when they're playing like the Miami Dolphins, your Jaguars, your Titans, they're over. I feel like they're trying too much and think, oh, we can probably do this. Like the Titans game, there was no reason to not go for that field goal there. Going for the rushing touchdown, that was just nonsense at that point. That was the coach thinking, hey, we know we can get it in. And look, you didn't. And now you're a game down.
Yeah, I agree with that. So this could actually be the Bills season. It really could. You can't lose back-to-back games to the Jaguars or the Jets and I don't know. It's just a lot of people are going to go through tables this week if they lose to the Jets. The Yeast. Let's talk about the Yeast, Dave. The East came in and blew out the Bengals. They didn't just beat them.
Yeah.
Blew them out 41-16. Minus OBJ. Oh, here we go. Addition by subtraction. That could very well be it. And my bigger question is, Ed, let's ask you first. The Bengals, AFC contenders to jobbers, or as Kyle would say, frauds, in just 2 weeks. Are they contenders or are they frauds? What do you think?
I'm leaning more towards frauds. I gotta agree with what Kyle's term is. I mean, they have talent there though, but I don't think they're ready to like compete. With the rest of the AFC. I mean, that I don't see at all. I mean, I think they got a little hot there for a minute. They showed what their young talent can do, but their young talent still has to learn how to win consistently. This is another one I didn't see coming. I figured it was going to be a close game, but I mean, because the Browns are up and down too. The Browns are an up and down team as well, and now Cincinnati's in that same boat. But to get blown out, that's pretty shocking. So they have to be on the fraud list. Have to.
All right, Dave. First, I know you want to talk about your Yeast, but first, talk about the Bengals. Contenders or frauds?
I'm not going to say they're frauds, but I'm not going to say they're contenders either. I think they're just a really young team right now that's just figuring out who they are. Kind of like how the Chargers were last year. They were in games, but then they would lose them. I feel like the Bengals, we're on a good stride, but now they're still like, okay, people are trying to figure them out. They still got rookie guys on there. So I think eventually they could be contenders, but as of right now, I'm not going to call them frauds, but I'm not going to say that they're contenders either.
And as far as the Browns go, which Dave likes to refer to as the Yeast is rising, for anyone who doesn't understand why I keep saying yeast, is this the real Browns team? Well, is this the real Browns team this past week, or is it more of is it such thing as addition by subtraction by getting rid of OBJ out of the locker room, gone? You end up putting 41 points up on the board. How close you think that's true?
Absolutely. I think that's definitely 100% a fact. I mean, we saw it all last season. When OBJ wasn't there, they went on a tear. So I think without him, I mean, Baker doesn't have to focus on him. And I think that's a big key, I think, about Baker, that he kind of didn't want to get on OBJ's bad side. So it was like he was trying to look his way, but never went his way. And then just was all fluttered when now without him, he doesn't have to think. He's just going to go for the open receiver. He's going to have the run game to help him out with that as well. And defense is playing fantastic. So I think, that locker room's a little bit more at peace now.
Well, no Chubb this week. Don't forget, no Chubb this week. He is officially COVID listed, so that's going to be a problem. If I'm not mistaken, Ed, I don't know if you noticed by off the top of your head, do the Giants have a winning record without OBJ too? I can almost think they do, but
No.
he played a lot more for Cleveland, right? I mean, he played a lot more games for the Giants. I mean, he was hurt a couple times, but I don't think he.
I don't think the Giants have a winning record. Like while he was on the team without.
Well, I mean, they don't have a winning record for like 10 years. That I understand, but
that's what I'm saying. I can't imagine
as far as he was playing. I have to look that up. That's curious to me.
No, I'm curious to know about it too. I'm just off the top of my head.
I think he played what, like a season and a half after the boat incident.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
So compared to what he before that, I think they have a winning record with him. I don't want to say it's by a lot, but
I'm going to look that up by next week. Pop culture people, get on that, will you? Do us a favor. Chris, you're going to want to hear this one. The Patriots whooped up on the Panthers 24-6 with Christian McCaffrey back in the lineup. But just like we've been saying, well, especially Farachi's been saying, what's his name? Sam Darnold. Fraud.
Rodgers.
He has hit the wall big time as far as those first 3 weeks were. Big time. So we'll see. Chris says Baker can't win games for you. What do you think, Yeast? You think that's true?
I don't know. He almost won last year if it wasn't, for that defense not being able to stop Chad Henne.
Sergio, you're back. We already talked about the Jets and how bad they are. So, but you please stick around though, please. Next game is probably my favorite game of the week, other than the Giants winning. The Broncos completely kicked the shit out of the Cowboys. Yep. I mean, this 30-16 sounds pretty decent. This was 30-0 going into that fourth quarter. And those last two touchdowns were like, I don't want to play no more. Defense is like, no, I'm tired. You can score those last two touchdowns. I don't care.
They were
What
garbage time touchdowns.
So what an ass whooping that was. I mean, what the hell was going on with the Cowboys that week? What did you? I mean, we're talking before those last two touchdowns. Prescott only had 100 and something yards. He was god awful. Raul, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. Now, real Cowboys? Is this the real Cowboys or the previous weeks? What do you think?
Man, it really kills me. Go ahead, say it. Go ahead.
Fraudulent.
Oh, he's calling fraud on the Cowboys. I want to get them across the screen. Fraud.
They are who we thought they are.
Oh, okay. Okay, Kyle. Okay, I can't wait to bring that up.
Tim, you know how much I hate the Cowboys. In my sports hate, they're only second to the Red Sox, and that's you get how much I hate the Cowboys. I don't think this is the real Cowboys team. I think they're better than us.
Yeah, Michael.
No, I do. I think they have talent.
Michael Parsons in a loss was still an animal. The guy was all over the place. I wish we would have got him. I really do. And Terzio, can I just say something? I've been waiting for this moment all year long because I hold my tongue because there's always a Met fan on this screen. There are no Met fans right here now, Terzio. None.
Nope.
You're looking at 3 Yankee fans, Terzio. So just by this comment alone, I just want to say, since the Mets last won their World Series, when I was in diapers almost. Well, not diapers, but I was a lot older than that. The Braves have won 2. The Phillies have won 2. The Nationals 1. And the expansion team, the expansion Florida Marlins 2. Just saying. That's all I'm going to say.
I mean, you could just go on the last of 20 years? Every team except for one.
That's it.
In the
NL
East has won.
Exactly. That's all I'm going to say. I've been waiting for no Faraci, no Keith, so I can say that. That's all I'm going to say. Because you poke the bear, that's what happens. And now you got 2 more bears here. You got a family of bears. Don't poke. And you're going to put up 2009. You're going to put up 2009 like that was really that long ago. Really? Really?
Come on now.
I mean, listen, Frank watches the Empire 161 show for whatever reason that is, but thank you for that. I appreciate that. He tries to poke and prod us sometimes, but I don't give in. But guess what? This isn't the Empire 161 show, so I don't have to hold back anymore.
Exactly. And there's no Faraci.
No, that's fine. But Tim, you know I am. I don't hate the Mets at all. No. I don't. They're fans. That's a whole other story. Exactly. But I'm just saying, Frank, if you're pointing out the Yankees haven't won since 2009, but when your team hasn't won since 1986, you might want to shut up about that. I mean, the math is not on your side. The Yankees have won more in the the second half of the 90s than the Mets have won in their entire existence. The math is not on your side at all in this.
He's taking a shot at the Giants now, and he's a Jet fan.
Again, your team, Frank, I think Frank's an older gentleman, if I understand right.
I believe he is.
He is. Frank, were you alive when the Jets won the Super Bowl? I mean, none of us were. I can say I've won. Tim, me and you have seen the Giants win 4 Super Bowls in our lifetime, right?
4.
We've celebrated 4 to 0. Like, you are the ant that's messing with the boot. Like, what are you doing?
And look, I'll watch the History Channel. Yankees are on right now. The last time the Mets won, there was no such thing as HD. I'm just going there. There was no flat screen TVs. There was no HD. Nothing along those lines. All right, so we got sidetracked. But
we got sidetracked. Let's not give him the satisfaction.
I've been waiting all year for Faraci not to be on the show so I could talk back. But no, Terzio, it's all right. We all know it's in good fun. But don't poke the bear when there's 3 bears here. You can poke with 1, but don't poke with 3 because that's not you're going to lose.
But then Frank's also going, I'll watch History Channel. Yankees are on right now. Yes, because the Yankees are a historic franchise versus another That is not at all. We can do this all day. You're going to lose
All
every
day.
single time. Like,
All day.
if you don't understand, you are the Brooklyn Brawler against like Hogan in the 80s. Like, that's how bad this is. Like, it's not happening. It just stop. It's
And
stop.
even the Brooklyn Brawler would not wear New York Mets gear.
That's
no,
right.
he wouldn't.
The Brooklyn Brawler wore a Yankee shirt. Figure that one out.
Exactly. So there you go. But football. Let's get back to football.
It's the football show. Let's
Yes.
get back. The Ravens beat the Vikings 34-31. Close game. And again, Vikings were winning that game big time. They choked like they usually do.
That was a wild fucking game.
That was a crazy-ass game. And again, like I said, Lamar Jackson, 85% of that team's yardage. That you can't allow that to happen. You just can't. Because you said you lose him, you're done. Dolphins beat the Texans 17-9. How about that Miami Dolphin team? All right. I picked them to win too, by the way. Another favorite game of mine. The Chargers tried to lose to the Eagles, but they didn't, thank God.
They tried their best.
They tried their best to lose like they always do. 27-24. No crazy long-haired Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers lose to the Chiefs 13-7. What a crazy game that was too. It was just I don't know what you want to call it.
Their special teams.
The Chiefs are not right at all.
No.
I'm telling you, again, this is someone who watches the Giants and the Chiefs pretty much every week. Dude, they're not right, and it makes no sense at all. I figured that was going to be a high-scoring game, and every week it's like, oh, they're going to find their offense, and nothing. But Jordan Love they couldn't do jack.
The best meme I saw was a bunch of doctors jamming needles into Aaron Rodgers, saying, giving him the vaccine after they saw how Jordan Love played.
Oh, dude, it was the clip from T2.
Yeah,
when they're stabbing Sarah Connor, with the shots.
That was great.
How about this? I don't know if you guys saw where they sat Jordan Love's mom and girlfriend
in the top seat, top row of Arrowhead Stadium,
No when I saw it, I was like, wow, bro, these guys, no respect. They said, who are you? Yeah.
Could have got her a box. Get him a box. Are you kidding me? Making his first
passes to be on the sideline, something?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The Cardinals whooped up on the 49ers without Lamar Murray,
Kyler Murray or DeAndre Hopkins.
31-17. Now I'd like to say the 49ers definitely frauds. I thought they had a decent enough defense to make a run.
Yeah.
No. I'm going to put them on. Well, we're not going to do that this week, but next week I'll tell Faraji I'm putting the 49ers on my they're out list. They're out of there. Another shocker to me, Titans beating the Rams 28-16. And again, this is a lot worse. This wasn't as close as the score made it out to be.
You've given me your Titans curse, I feel like.
No, that wasn't my Titans curse, man.
You were giving me that curse because I don't think I picked them right 1 week.
So good. I'm glad it was your curse, not mine. Well, I picked the Rams anyway. And I even played the Ram Lamb Ding Dong song. It didn't work. It's the first time it didn't work all year. So I'm a little upset about that. And finally, in a not really a snore fest, but in another wacky-ass game, the Steelers beat the Bears 29-17, where the story is the Bears linebacker getting called for taunting for doing absolutely nothing.
That was ridiculous.
And
I actually caught the end of that game. That was absurd.
And finally, hopefully, this kind of thing is going to wake this guy, them NFL up and say, listen, you got to reel these guys in. You got to reel these referees in because this is a little ridiculous now. The guy did nothing to deserve that flag. And the referee hip checked him, no less. And that's okay. That's perfectly okay. So I don't know what the hell they're thinking as far as that goes.
Yeah.
They need to switch this thing up real quick. All right. Frank Jersey.
No, don't even bother.
No.
It's more stupidity, so just move on.
See, Terry, what happens? See what happens.
Yeah, no, he's really bad at this. Just don't even bother.
He's really bad.
He's not good. He's just not. If you're at least good at shit talking, then fine. But no.
All right, so let's get to this week's picks, and then we can wrap it up. I don't know what the boss is going to do. Is he going to type down? I know what. Let him worry about that. I'll take down our picks. I'm not going to write them down. I'll have to either replay this section or write them down later on. Let's start with.
I didn't send mine in.
That's all right. You can do it right now live.
Okay. Well, I don't think he sent an email.
And it's only Tuesday. Don't forget, it's only Tuesday. We're doing this show early this week.
Oh, all right. Well, there you go.
So let's start with the Ravens at the Miami Dolphins. The Ravens favored by 7 points in Miami. Ed, let's start with you. Who you got? No spread. Don't forget. No spread.
I was about to ask that because I'm always going to look at it and think the spread.
No, we put the spread up just for the hell of it, but we don't go by spread.
All right. I mean, straight up, Ravens. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a universal thing. For the spread, either I'll make a pick for the spread too, just for the heck of it. So Ravens straight up though, but the spread, I don't know about them covering 7 though. I think it's going to be a tight game. The Ravens are playing tight games all season.
Giving the Dolphins credit, that's good. Mello, who you like?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Ravens as well, and we have the spread because our boss is a degenerate gambler, so he has to have that.
Hey, watch that.
That's it. The boss is here. He heard you. He heard you live. Packers fined $300,000. Wow.
Sheesh.
Oh, it's for not having Rodgers go with the protocols. Yeah. No, good because they were letting him get away with whatever the hell he wanted.
That's right. That's a mere bag of shells for them. They don't give a shit. They
don't care.
That's a bag of cheese curls. They're all good to go.
Yeah.
So, whatever. Yeah, Dave. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Oh, no worries. Yeah, I'm going Ravens too.
Yeah, I also going to take the Ravens. That's going to be a clean sweep. I think that was pretty obvious. The next game. Woo! Again, we just talked about it. This is who would have thought this would be a must-win for the Buffalo Bills at this point in the season, but it is because you can't lose back-to-back to Jaguars and the Jets. Dave, I'm pretty sure we're all going to say the same team, but just in case, because you never know now.
I don't know. Is Mike White gonna be healthy enough to play this game? Then we're talking a different story. It should be not negative 13.
My guess is he's not.
I don't think he's going to play.
Yeah, I'm going Bills to rebound. I need the Bills to rebound because I barely scraped by this week.
I think we all did bad. Yeah, he didn't give us our results. I think we all did bad this week. It was a rough week this week.
Had to.
Ed, who you got?
I gotta go Bills. And let's see, the 13. Oh man, I gotta say take the Bills and take the Bills given the 13 too, because man, I thought about taking the Jets with the points last week against the Colts and no. So yeah, I can't imagine it. Wow. Yeah. They're what, 4th, 5th quarterback the Jets have on their team?
Joe likes the Bills, Raul likes the Bills.
Oh wait, then again, maybe I gotta change. I don't know. He's taking them. No. Bills to cover the 13 too.
Nice. Next we got Tampa Bay coming off their bye, 9.5-point favorites against that stupid red yellow team that doesn't have a name, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Looks like me and we're cheering for the Redskins right now. Oh, sorry, the Washington football team right now.
I call them the Reds. I don't care. Ed, let's start with you on this one. You got Tampa Bay coming off a bye against them.
Bucks, and I'll give the 9.5 too.
Ooh, nice. Mello.
I don't know. Last time the football team played the Bucks, they almost had him there. Heineken almost got him.
Yeah.
But I feel like Brady doesn't lose after a bye, so I'm going the Bucks.
That's a clean sweep. Clean sweep for everybody so far. That's not good for the standings. And Raul's got the Bucks too.
It's not what you want.
It's not what you want, but hey, what are you going to do? Sometimes this shit happens. The Atlanta Falcons, there's another team that nobody can fucking figure out from week to week. I don't know what they do every week. I don't know. They're baffling. And they're at the Dallas Cowboys in that big, stupid stadium. Cowboys, 9 points. 9 favorites. Mello, can't figure out Falcons and the fraudulent Cowboys. Who do you like?
I don't like the Cowboys -9. I don't think I would take that. But for our terms, I'm going to keep picking them just because, yeah, the Falcons are weird. I don't understand them. You have a guy who doesn't want to play for them. Then their best receiver gets double covered. They're going to a running back to catch all their passes. I don't know.
So you're taking the Cowboys?
Yeah.
Those girls. Them girls. Ed, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a sweep also. Them frauds. Oh, I like that one too.
So for the sake of picking straight up, Cowboys, definitely not giving the 9. The over looks good in this game. Throw that out there.
Throwing that out there. You might need an intervention with Faraci.
It should be a high. Well, put it this way, I'll phrase it like this: it should be a high-scoring game.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I like that too. I too will take the Dallas Cowgirls of Arlington. Once again, it's another clean sweep. The Jaguars hot off their super victory, rolling into Indy, 10.5 points, which baffles me considering they just beat the Bills.
Yeah.
But in Indy, Indy is Indy, and Indy, every week I say it, Indy is my favorite under 500 team. I think they're the best under 500 team in the league. They're just one of those teams that can't get their shit together also. It's like 1 week offense, 1 week defense, but I really dig what they're doing there. I think they're going to have a good future. Maybe not with Wentz, but I dig the Colts. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to say the Indianapolis Colts at home. Ed, who you got?
Colts, and give the 10.5.
Oh, you're giving the 10.5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to agree on that one.
And the 10.5 too? Do you like the 10.5 also?
Yeah, I actually like that against this team. They put up points. They just, they lose to the Titans.
All right, next game is the team that I will never pick ever again, the Detroit Lions, rolling into Pittsburgh, 9-point underdogs against the Steelers. Ed, what are you liking?
Like the Steelers, not giving the 9 points, though.
All right.
Steelers never cover, ever. So screw them. No, but for the win, yeah. Steelers would not losing to the Lions.
Dave, who you like?
Man, this might be one of those trap games. I don't know. The Steelers are also one of those that they can play down to their opponents and look like shit.
Yeah.
And the Lions are bound to win a game. I don't think they're gonna go 0-17. But I'm still not risking it. I'm not gonna risk my one on that. I don't get 2 points from winning one of these shitty Lion games. So I'm going to Steelers.
All right, Raul's got the Bucks, the Falcons with the upset. Ooh.
2 weeks in a row?
The Colts and the
wouldn't mind
Steelers
that.
for Raul. Raul always picks with us, so he got to announce his picks. I already gave mine away. I will not pick the Lions ever again because they screwed me. So I will go with the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is probably the most interesting game of the week. I don't know if Chris is still here, but I know who Chris is going to pick. The East rolls into New England. 2.5 underdogs to Mac Jones and the Patriots. Mello, we're going to start with you in the East. Is the East rising this week? Oh,
let me cook it up right here. Get a little flip going. Got you. The East is winning this. Bring the Patriots back down to earth.
You got one for the East, Ed.
Pats, definitely taking the Pats, covering the 2.5.
So that's it. You guys are actually going separate finally.
Yeah, I mean, it's the East, and of course he's not going to pick against them. Listen, the Patriots have actually been looking good lately. I mean, I can't.
No, they have.
Raul's taking the Patriots also. Raul and me, this is one of those games. You know what, Dave? I'm going to roll with the East this week.
Ooh.
I am going to actually roll with the East this week. Just because, like I said, I think the fact that OBJ is gone is a major factor. And maybe they finally found their shit together. And New England, I mean, they're playing good, but I don't think they're going to be anything special. Not yet, anyway.
Should be a close game, though.
Yeah, we know Belichick will whip them into shape eventually, but I don't think so. I'm going to go with the East this week, too. Next game, the Saints with no quarterback versus the team that I can never pick correctly, and Dave now can never pick correctly. The Saints at the Tennessee Titans. No Derrick Henry. They get Adrian Peterson. I mean, Adrian Peterson and Julio Jones 10 years ago, phenomenal team. Right now, whatever. Ed, who you like in this game?
Titans and covering the 2.5. I mean, I can't trust the Titans. The Titans have looked good. I cannot. The shocker last week. One of the shockers was them going into SoFi Stadium and beating the Rams. I mean, did not see that coming.
All right, Ed remembers the Titans. Dave, are you remember the Titans, or are you marching in with the Saints?
Oh man,
left side.
The Titans.
You're the curse too this year, so don't forget.
I know. I'm gonna roll against them again. Oh, I'm gonna go Saints.
Oh,
with no quarterback.
I'm gonna give you a chance to change your mind. And despite the arguments that were going on in the chat, you can change your mind up to a certain point during the week. Like I did. I said at the last minute, I'm changing to the Giants and the Chiefs. But no, if you want, you take the Saints for now. You have a certain amount of time to change that thing because it's early in the week. But all right, Dave's going to take the Saints. I, however, remember the Titans.
Yes,
because the streak is over and I can pick them now. I think anyway. I hope so.
We'll see.
Next, Carolina's rolling in the Cardinals 10-point underdogs. They whooped up major ass last week with no Kyler Murray, no receiving core. JJ Watt again,
and their number one running back went out too.
Yep,
Yeah.
and JJ Watt's fragility as usual. I feel bad for the guy who can't stay on the field. But the Panthers also fraudulent. Sam Darnold looks like a jet again. Christian McCaffrey looked good, but he can't do everything by himself. Dave, Panthers at Cardinals. Who you got?
I'm going Cards. Will they cover? Yeah, I'll say they cover the 10.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Edward?
Cards. Definitely
Cards.
given the 10. Doesn't matter. Apparently Kyler Murray doesn't seem to matter.
I too will take the Cardinals of Arizona. Raul. Patriots, Titans, Cardinals. Okay, you're on board. Next game we got another team that I just don't understand. The Minnesota Vikings, but they love to blow games at the last second. Taking on the team that loves
both these teams.
Taking on the team that loves to try to lose games. They don't try to win. They try to lose. The Vikings at the Chargers. I'm going to go first here, and I am going to say the Chargers, and they are going to cover those points. I don't care what anybody says. 2.5 is not a lot of points. It's just it's a pick 'em basically.
Pretty much win the game.
Yeah, Ed, who you like?
Oh man, this is actually a tough game, man.
It's very tough. It's a coin flip. It really is.
Yeah.
Two teams that try to lose games constantly. I mean, would be shocked if there was a tie because they would find a way both to not win the game. Yeah, I think I'd have to go with my old buddy Arnold Schwarzenegger. Goal, Chargers, goal.
Dave, who are we liking this week? Which team you like trying to lose?
Wow. So just for the sake of it and to make things interesting, I'm gonna go. What time is this game at?
I don't know. I don't have that in front of me. That's Farachi's thing. He's the better host than I am. He knows what time all the games are.
Okay, I'm gonna assume it's 4 o'clock.
I'm assuming it's 4 because it's the Chargers.
Yeah, it's in Los Angeles. Yeah, so I'm gonna go Vikings for right now.
Ooh.
Even though I don't trust Kirk Cousins to, throw 1 foot in front of him, but I'll go Vikings.
Sorry, but
yeah, to play it. The Chargers.
It's coming. Oh man, he's messed up.
Raul's got the Chargers, and he says the game's at 4:05.
There it is.
Chargers.
Go Chargers, go!
All right, next game we got the shitty Eagles taking on the Denver Broncos in another one of those games that's just a coin flip, and who knows what the hell could happen in this game. The Broncos are just one of those teams. They trade Von Miller, they blow out the Cowboys. I don't get it. I don't know. Ed, we'll start with you in this crappy ass game. Eagles at Denver. This is a rough one.
It is. I'm gonna go with the Broncos at home. Covering. I mean, like we said, 2.5. You got to figure that they're gonna cover that. I mean, you got to just win the damn game. Yeah. So, Broncos at home.
Dave,
I'm gonna go for the Broncos to go for the NFC sweep because they've beaten us, beating the boys. They beat Washington. So all they got left is these Eagles. Shoot, that was from over 500, right? 5-4.
Yeah. No, they're there.
they'll be back over. Yeah, finally beating a real team.
All right, I'll go Broncos.
I too shall go Broncos because they are home and no other reason because it's a coin flip.
Yeah.
So I'll go with the home team. Next we got, I believe, the Russell Wilson returning, facing the Aaron Rodgers returning Seattle Seahawks versus Green Bay Packers, -5.5. The Seahawks are. Interesting game. Very interesting game.
Yeah.
Probably the game of the week, if I'm not mistaken. We got two guys coming back. One coming back from major surgery. One coming back from being an idiot. So, Mello, we got Seahawks, Packers. Packers at home, 5.5. Who you liking?
I like the idiot to win this game. And I'm not talking about DK Metcalf. I'm going Rodgers coming back and getting this dub.
Ed?
Packers to win, but Seahawks to cover.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, I don't think the Packers are going to go ahead and cover that 5.5 though.
Like,
Providing he plays, because he has to clear COVID protocols like 24 hours before the game, at least.
we have time to change the pick.
Yeah,
as of now, you got the Packers.
No. If we're talking about love, no, then we're going with the Seahawks easily.
Oh yeah, it's love.
Easily.
I'm sure we
I'll
all
take
will.
Gino over love.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but
Well, they said Russell Wilson got cleared. If I'm
no,
not
Russell Wilson's 100% back.
Yeah.
It's the question of Rodgers has to clear COVID protocols before the game. Then he would be eligible to do so. But if somehow he doesn't, because maybe he called Joe Rogan and he decides to put horse tranquilizer up his ass or something. I don't know. But,
well, I will say, just like Prince Hakeem and Coming to America, I choose the Packers of Green Bay to win this game. And I keep forgetting to put my cheese head on during these picks. Raul, Broncos and Seahawks. Ooh, you going with the Seahawks, Raul? That's very interesting.
I can see
very
that, though.
interesting indeed. Why is the house phone ringing? That house phone never rings. Uh-oh. And it's going to ring now the whole time we're on here. So you're going to have to listen to it. I'm not getting up. Next game. The Chiefs versus the Raiders. Now, here's two teams. What the hell is going on with these two teams? The Chiefs, no one knows what's going on. The Raiders are just living up to their Raider lifestyle expectations of murder and guns and racist coaches. Dave, we'll start with you on this one. This is a throw your hands in the air and wave like a just don't care game. I don't know what the hell's going on here.
You can take the Raiders out of Oakland, but they're still in there.
Yeah.
Oh God, this is an ugly game, but I know they're barely doing it, but I'm still gonna go for them. I feel like at the end of the game, they're still gonna win it, and I don't think the Raiders can do that. So I'm gonna go Chiefs on this one.
Ed, who are you liking?
Yeah, I'm actually I agree with Dave here. The Chiefs aren't doing it pretty anymore, but I think they find a way to win, and the Raiders again just can't seem to get out of their own way.
Is that the Sunday night game?
That is the Sunday night game.
All right, so that means the Monday night game, which should have been a huge showdown. I don't think it's going to be. The Rams are rolling into San Francisco, 4.5-point favorites. Again, which Ram team is the real team? Their two losses were pretty bad, but other than that, they pretty much dominated. 49ers, like I said, I thought they were going to be a contender with that defense. They got their asses handed to them by the Cardinals without any of their star players. So, Ed, there's another close game.
Yeah.
Another potential, coin flip. Who are you liking in this one?
Do we know Von Miller's playing?
I don't think. I have no idea if he's playing yet.
Okay. I got to go with the Rams. I can't trust the 49ers. The 49ers haven't been great either. And he's like I said, the Rams have had a little Jekyll and Hyde in them, but I don't think they do it 2 weeks in a row.
Dave?
My biggest question is, are we getting Peyton and Eli back this week? Because I did not watch Monday Night Football yesterday.
Just say no, I was watching basketball and hockey, but yeah.
Exactly. I didn't watch Monday Night Football at all because I was like, oh, no Peyton and Eli? Okay, I'm good. I'd rather watch 3 hours of Monday Night Raw and be bored of my life too. But I'm going to go Rams on this one.
Very well. And I, too, I'm going to play it. Got to bring it back. They lost last week when I played it. First time ever they lost when I played the Ram Lama Ding Dong. So they're going to rebound this week because I'm playing the song. The Rams are going to win this game. And I hope they're going to win big too because I got Stafford at quarterback. So I'm going to stop that now before we get fined. All right. So that's the Monday night game. We're all going Rams. Let's see who we are. Buddy Raul's taking the last couple games. He's going with the Raiders. Dude, are you on crack tonight, Raul?
Wow.
Just what I say. But he's also got the Rams. No, Raul, I respect your opinion. You almost beat Dave. You tied him. Maybe next week we'll give you another shot if Dave's still in first place because somebody's creeping. I'm not saying who.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's creeping.
There's a couple teams creeping
Creeping up that ladder to get back to that first place. By the way, speaking of Peyton and Eli, did you guys see that mostly Eagles fans and people like that complained that he gave the old double gun salute?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep. They were complaining like the CDC.
That's absolutely
what about?
ridiculous.
Have you guys heard? What do you guys think about the Peyton and Eli curse?
Yeah, that's it. It's alive and well.
Maybe they won't do some more telecast and try to save people from that.
Maybe stop having current players on the show. Just stick to the old guys because that's true. I forgot to tell Sam that she's gonna have a heart attack when she hears that part. But yeah, I think that curse is real.
Yeah,
that's almost like the Madden curse.
Yep.
Ooh, that's interesting. I forgot all about that. Let's hope they don't get on there. All right, we're gonna wrap that up right there. We had a good show tonight. Round robin, real quick. Any final comments? Any final remarks? Ed, what do you got?
Not much. I mean, listen, I think we got a couple of good games on the docket this week, so should be some good ones. The Monday night, the Sunday night. But no, should be good. Thanks for having me on to fill in. I know it was like a last second fill in here. But watch tomorrow night. Watch Granny's PC tomorrow night because we'll be talking about Eternals. We'll be talking about Doom Patrol and all the CW stuff and the Supergirl series finale. That's tonight. Yeah, the show's coming to an end.
How about that Spider-Man poster?
Yeah, the poster we'll be chatting about a little bit, and that was a little, William Dafoe Green Goblin in there. So if you're into comic book stuff, you can come check us out tomorrow night at 8:30.
I might be there. You never know.
Tim might pop in all the time.
I pop in all the time.
Dave, if you're ever interested in coming on, you're welcome to join us too. You haven't been on Granny's yet, right?
No, I haven't yet.
No, you haven't. I know we were chatting about it at one point, but let me know if there's something on. We're going to be talking about Spider-Man for like another month or so. So
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Amazing Spider-Man 2 is next week, right?
Yes. Tomorrow night's Eternals. Then next week will be the Unamazing Spider-Man 2. And then we still got Spider-Verse to go. And then we finally get into the MCU Spider-Man movies. So we'll be doing Homecoming, Far From Home, and then leads us right up to No Way Home, which will be bonanza.
When's the trailer coming in? Because if my kid asks me one more time when this trailer's coming out, I'm going to fucking kill somebody.
We talked about it when we went to see Eternals, right? Like, we were like, man, maybe it would be cool if they just dropped it the day of, or the first time people saw it was in the theater.
It's got to be this week. It's got to be this week.
We're a month away,
Tim, I'm sticking with what I told you, though, in the theater. My final thing was, I don't think we're going to see it until Eternals has had its time to, like, shine because they don't want to overshadow it. You know what I mean? That's what I think is going to happen. So my guess is maybe next Monday. Next Monday morning is because they tend to drop them on Monday mornings at like 9:00. It's very weird. It seems to happen. Eternals will have been out for 2 weeks already. Then I think that's when we get the Spider-Man thing. The poster dropping, I thought we were getting trailer the next day.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. Because usually that's how it goes hand in hand. And nothing.
Can I roll?
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah, right. But that's my guess. I think we'll get it next week.
Well, if my kid asks me one more time, I'm going to backslap him.
I will text it to you, and we'll post it on the Granny's PC Facebook page in 2 seconds. Trust me.
Dave, any final remarks? And I ask you all the time, when's 4 quarters coming back? When's it coming back, right, Dave?
So I guess I'm going to do my remarks pretty quickly in bullet points. Number 1, we're not going to get a loss this week, boys. We're on bye. Number 2, the East is getting that dub. Don't forget it. Number 3, which was brought up by Raul, AEW All Out this Saturday. I don't know. Are we going to do a prediction show, Mr. Timmy?
Absolutely. I want to do one. We'll do one. We'll find time. You let me know when you have time. I do nothing with my life. I could do these shows all day. Literally all day.
Well, good. I mean, if we can do 2, I don't know how our other member there, your tag team partner.
He's good any day but Tuesdays because Tuesday's farming day.
So,
you You all
I
laugh,
know.
but it's true.
I know it's true.
I know. That's why I know it's true. I'm like, I know. Are we gonna? You think we can kick out a Just Too Sweet before that one? Talk about.
I would say Friday.
I
We can
mean,
do it Friday if you're available Friday.
We have a lot of stuff going on. A lot of releases that happened recently. That
The
I don't
steroid
know.
trial episode of Dark Side Everything I want to talk about. That was a
Yep.
great episode. All the
It's
releases. Yep, all the releases. Eric's girlfriend got released. I'm sure he's
did.
not upset about it. And the locker room's
She
happy
did.
about it. That's the best part. I think it's hysterical.
A
They're
lot
saying
of
Sounds like,
talk
it
about
sounds
that.
like you guys really need to get a Just Too Sweet show going on
we
pretty
do.
soon.
We
Sounds
do
like you guys
need to
are
get
like overflowing here with this.
We do. We're backed up with 2 weeks worth of stuff.
Yeah, I think you gotta make this happen.
Plus, we're starting a new segment. Like I said, we're going to start spotlighting we will do Bossman just for you two, Ed. We're going to start spotlighting wrestlers every week and just talk about one wrestler, career highlights, all that good shit. I think he wanted to do Sid for the first guy, and I said that'd be cool. I'm good with that. But yeah, one day we will throw Bossman in there for you, Ed. We'll just have a Boss Man show.
Yes, let me know what's up with that. I would like to come on and discuss Ray
definitely
Trailer himself.
coming. You are definitely coming on for the big Boss Man show.
Boss
that's
Man,
without a
when you
doubt.
guys talk about Scott Hall, like these are people I would like to talk about.
Absolutely, without a doubt. Yeah, AEW Saturday, which I'm looking forward to. If somebody can hook me up with the link like you did last time, I would really appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't
So
worry.
yeah,
I know I
wanna
got
watch
you.
this. Cool.
And 4 quarters, it's still to be determined right now. It's still there's a lot of moving parts right now with the show and me and my co-host. So we're looking at see when we make our comeback, but definitely will be.
Where's
there a
Stream
rift
Wars Pros, by the way? What happened to that show too?
Is there a rift? Is there a rift going on?
No rift. We just like there's a lot of moving parts like between both of us that we have going on and trying to figure out stuff with the show as well, where we want to kind of move things going. And to answer Ed over here with Stream Wars Pro, one of our lovely hosts is a teacher, so she had a little bit of when school was coming back, and then I got a new job, and that threw me for a complete loop. As you can ask Mr. Tabala over here, that I was going to bed at like 6 p.m. and waking up at 6 a.m. So yeah,
that's why I was calling him AM PM.
But I'm getting things back to little by little. I'm getting things back to normal, so I will definitely be back, and Stream Wars Pro should be back soon as well.
Because we were talking about doing a crossover show with Grannies and
know.
Stream Wars Pros, because I mean we cover a lot of streaming stuff too, so I was excited about that.
Cool. And my final word is this: Shooting the Sith is finally coming. 1 week from today. 1 week from today.
Wow.
We're going Star Wars.
Okay.
Because I figured as long as Eric can't do Tuesdays, it's a good time to launch the show. First show, I think we're going to take it kind of mellow, because don't forget we got Boba Fett coming at the end of the month. November, December, all these shows coming. The Disney Friday, Obi-Wan trailer, people. It's Disney Day. It's time to start rolling this show out. And a very special show of Shooting the Sith is coming that you're all going to have to enjoy. Ed is going to be joining me.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that for a second.
Jason from Granny's Peach Tea is going to be joining me. And if anyone else wants to join, be my guest.
We might actually get Tony to do that one because he claimed he was going to do it.
That's awesome. We are going to watch, because the anniversary is coming up, this famous Star Wars holiday special, the most ridiculous thing ever made on television. But we're going to watch it a little differently. We're going to watch it maybe eating a cookie or two.
Oh God!
So I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't know how censors work. I don't know how the thing works. I don't know if we can get in trouble for saying it.
No, not anymore.
Okay, so we're going to take edibles and we're going to watch this piece of shit and laugh our asses off during it. That's what we're going to do. That might be episode 2 or 3. So that's going to be great. And hopefully by then my guests will get their shit together and get on my show, because I've been trying to get them for weeks now. But yeah, Shooting the Sith is coming 1 week from today. I'm pumped. Anybody wants to come on for that too?
Yes.
Come on for that too. I definitely want everybody to come on, so it's going to be fun. So that's it. What shows are you missing? A to Z will be back once this guy stops learning how to drive a tractor and plowing the fields and corning the corn and whatever the fuck he's doing. But he actually might pop a show on Thursday. Because I told him the schedule was all a flux because everyone's doing different things right now. We'll be seeing Rocky versus Drago Thursday, so he might try to pop on A to Z either Thursday or Friday. We also want to try to do Just Too Sweet either Friday or Saturday. We will do an AEW preview show, and we will talk wrestling. Stay tuned.
Wrestling.
Those are all our shows. Go to popculturepros.com. YouTube, click the little linky dinky, the little bell. Like us, like all our shows, like all our peeps. Check us out. We're awesome, man. We're the best. I'm just telling you right now. And we're creeping too. We're creeping. We're creeping to the top. That's right, Frank. Frank watches every show. He knows the deal. He knows we're the best. We know we like to mess with you, Frank, but we know you love us all. And don't ever try to poke the bear again, especially with three of us.
Yeah,
You're gonna lose every time.
Walked right into it. Sorry.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Tomorrow, I believe we're doing We Stomped You Out, by the way, which is we just talk about the Giants, and hey, we got to win. It's actually going to be a decent show to talk about tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, I bid you guys a good night. Peace out.